Good evening and welcome to the September 8th, 2016 meeting of the Kern County Planning Commission. We have a quorum. Madam Clerk, will you please call roll?
Mr. Louie?
Here.
Mr. Babcock?
Here.
Ms. Garcia?
Here.
Ms. Poole? Mr. Sprague?
Here.
Mr. Hall? Ms. Ovia? Mr. Denny?
Here.
Mr. Murphy?
Here. Thank you. Commission member announcements or reports. Are there any? Nope. Seeing none. Does staff have any reports or comments? Let's move on to approval of our August 25th, 2016 minutes. You previously received those in our packet. Are there any corrections?
If none, Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Sprague, second by Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries. Let's move on to item D, cases withdrawn or requests for continuances. Mr. Murphy?
Good evening, Mr. Commissioner. This evening, under item D, we have two items that are on the withdrawn or request for continuance. Your commission should be advised, however, that item number 1 is actually scheduled to be considered on the regular consent or on the regular calendar. So I am only going to read item number 4 for this section. Item number 4 is SPA 155, map 500. The applicant is Tejon Ranch Corps. The staff recommendation is to continue that project until October 27th, 2016. And that completes the items on the withdrawn or request for continuance.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Any action on item number 4?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the first staff recommendation.
Motion by Commissioner Babcock.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sprague. Please cast your votes.
All ayes.
Thank you. Let's move on to the consent agenda. And is that Mr. Denny?
No, actually,
Mr. Murphy?
Commissioner, I will read that one as well. These are items scheduled before your Planning Commission, which are being recommended for approval by staff, and the applicant has been informed of any special conditions and has no objections. The hearing on these items may be expedited if no member of the commission or audience wishes to comment or ask any questions on the case. At this time, we have 2 items that are on the consent calendar, items number 2 and 3. Case number 2 is conditional use permit number 21, map 19132. The applicant is Richard Buckrees, I believe is how you say his name. The address and the project is located at 27641 Prospect Street in Boron. The request is a conditional use permit to allow 10 cargo containers accessory to an existing single-family residence in an E 2.5 RS MH district. The staff recommendation is to approve in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. Item number 3 is conditional use permit number 40, map 167. The applicant is Advanced Rail Energy Storage, LLC. This project is located at 12750 Chantico Road in Tehachapi. The request is a conditional use permit to allow the temporary operation of a test track in an A district. The staff recommendation is to approve for a temporary 5-year period of time in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. That completes the reading of the consent calendar.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to have one of the consent agenda items, either item 1 or item number 2 or item 3, removed from the consent agenda and heard in its regular order during a full public hearing? Would anyone like to do that? Seeing none, would any commissioner like to do that? No. Is there action on the consent agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve items number 2 and 3 as read into the record.
Motion by Commissioner Sprague.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Babcock. Please cast your votes.
All ayes.
And is there any notice of appeal, Mr. Murphy?
There is. Both of these projects are subject to appeal as this action before your commission is final. For projects where Planning Commission action is final, those actions are subject to appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person, and no development proposed by any application may be authorized until after the final date of appeal. An appeal may be filed with the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department located at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing fee of $540 on forms available at the Planning and Natural Resources Department. The filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of the hearing.
Thank you. Let's move on to public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring to address the commission on any matter not on this agenda and over which the commission has jurisdiction. Would anyone like to make a public presentation? Seeing none, let's go ahead and move on to our public hearings, and we will begin with item number 1. Mr. Denny.
Commissioner Louie, item number 1 on tonight's agenda is a case that I'm sure your commission is familiar with. These are enforcement proceedings on a mining operation that started in February 12th of 2015. This has been considered and continued 9 times since that point in time. We are continued to make slow and steady progress on this operation. In summation, where we are at presently is best described on page 5 of your staff report. I'm not getting really far ahead, but I'm getting close to the end. Essentially, what we have now is a HEC-RES study, a flood study that's been completed. It is in the county's possession and it's been being checked. Once that is done, we will be sending it to FEMA. As your commission is aware, the HEC-RES study plays a significant part in determining how much of a financial assurance needs to be posted by the mine operator. And that is what this financial assurance or this enforcement proceeding has really been about. At the same time, we have a situation that we wanted to acknowledge that the mine operator has an existing financial assurance on another mine that he operated on Tejon Ranch land that is in the process of being released. Tejon has posted a financial assurance for that mine. We received it today. It has been sent to the state. Once that assurance is deemed acceptable by the state, it will go into effect and we will return the mine operator the previous mine assurance, which is in the amount of $24,000. What we're also looking at is because with the HEC-RES study, once FEMA deems it acceptable, the existing financial assurance calculation that we have of $55,000 should be rolled downward. We presently have a bond of $17,000 and a potential bond of $41,000 when the other money is added to it. It's our assumption, based on what we've learned so far, that once FEMA takes a look at this HEC-RES study, the amount of work to be done to complete the reclamation will be greatly reduced. In addition to the $55,000 that's supposed to be posted, also includes the preparation of the study, which has already occurred. So the intent here is we're getting close to the end, and what we would like your commission to do tonight is two things. Essentially, order the mine operator to post an adequate financial assurance by December 8th, 2016, and continue these proceedings to that date, 2008-2016. It is staff's understanding at that point in time that we should have a decision by FEMA. We should know exactly what it should cost to do the reclamation, and we will have in hand an instrument posted by the mine operator for the correct amount, no more, no less. And with that, that completes staff's presentation.
I'll go ahead and, well, are there any questions for staff at this point? No, I'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Would the applicant like to make any comments? No?
No, I'm in agreement with all.
Okay. It sounds like you're in agreement with staff's, what staff just commented on?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to oppose staff's recommendation? Seeing none, and it looks like no one would like to speak in support of. Anyone here to speak in support of? I'll go ahead and close the public hearing, bring it back to the dais. Any commissioners have any comments?
Mr. Chairman, I think it's appropriate to move on with this and get it behind us. It's been continued way too many times, in my opinion. So I am in agreement with staff recommendation and would be prepared to make the motion.
Mr. Denny, do we need to read staff's recommendation into the record?
I can certainly do so for you, Commissioner Louie. We're asking that you concur with staff's recommendation as to the need to submit a financial assurance mechanism totaling $55,146.58 or other amounts subsequently determined by Kern County to be acceptable by December 8, 2016, to the Kern County Public Works Department, adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft resolution, and continue to December 8, 2016.
Mr. Chairman, that would be my motion.
Motion by Commissioner Babcock,
And
second by Commissioner Garcia. Please cast your votes.
All ayes.
And is there a notice of right to appeal?
There is, Commissioner Louis, I believe, should the mine operator or another individual who was not present tonight, they could, I guess, and I could defer to county council on this, post an appeal to the decision to post the financial assurance by December 8th of 2016. But that appeal would need to be filed within a 2-week period.
Yes, there could be an appeal. We're taking an action that's appealable.
And so did we give proper notice of that appeal, Mr. Hall?
But we need to read, we typically read them into the record. It's not legally required, but we do that as policy, so we should read it into the record.
Okay. Has that been done?
I'm going to do it right now, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
For projects where the Planning Commission action is final, those actions are subject to appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person, and no development proposed by any application may be authorized until after the date of appeal. An appeal may be filed with the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department, located at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing fee of $540 on forms available at the Planning and Natural Resources Department. The filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of the hearing.
Thank you, and that brings us to adjournment. Our next Planning Commission meeting is scheduled for Thursday, September 22nd, 2016 at 7 p.m. in these board chambers. Is there a motion to adjourn?
motion.
There's a motion
Second.
and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you.